Hi guys, this is Preston Odenbrett with PrestonOdenbrett.com. I don't have it on here yet. I haven't had the chance. I've been just doing video after video after video here this evening because I'm just playing catch up. Anyways, hopefully you heard the interview with Chip Thompson. I think it was really good. I think there was some really good points, some things that he is using right now for his marketing. He has a really cool lower third that he put together, and I think I'm going to probably do a custom one here shortly too if I make the time. I am basically going through my story about how I started my business, what my path of my business life has been. So if you'd like to hear from the very beginning when I was going to college at the time in 1991, please review the last, I think, 4 videos, and you can kind of catch up. They're only 5 minutes each or so, so I try to keep them as short as I can. I don't want to give you a whole history of what my life has been, but I want to give you the history because as an entrepreneur, you go through so much stuff, and you just keep on going and 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 keep on going. And even if you fail after failure after failure, you just keep on going because it's in you. You just can't stop. It's like it permeates through every single part of your body. My veins are entrepreneur. I can't work for somebody else. I've done it before and it just doesn't work. But anyways, I'll go into that a little bit later. Now I'm being animated. I have too many hand movements. So going back to my story, the next thing I did, obviously, when everything got shut down, I was a little scared. I was like, oh gosh, what's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to my family? Is somebody going to come after me because they're really upset? And all these things. I had kind of death threats that came in that I didn't mention in the other one. I had people saying, well, the government's going to shut you down and you guys should not be doing this. And I'm like, okay, I don't know anything about this, but I'm sorry to hear that, and I'm glad you told me because I was concerned. I mean, for crying out loud. So anyways, long story short, of course, like I said, I was smart, and thank God, I had a wife that told me to stop it, and I did. I actually listened to her in that time. Other times I haven't, but that's another story. But what occurred was all of a sudden I'm stuck out there with nothing. But I had my database. And I knew I had some experience, of course, in developing websites, even though they were with, what do you call it? What did I say before Microsoft front page? They weren't the best. And I started saying, okay, I'm going to go back to my clients because they were my clients, even though the company owned them. And I had a lot of emails and calls saying, hey, what happened? I heard he was just on the news, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know either. It's just, this is what's happening. But eventually I said, look, I'm going to start my own business. I'm going to do your website again. It's going to take me a little bit longer because I don't have as much tools as I had with them. But if you're patient with me, we can start up and redo websites and get going again. And a lot of them basically went back with me and said, okay, I'll wait and let's just get this going because I have no website right now because of this. And I go, I know. And I said, I'm sorry, and I'm going to try to do everything I can. And I don't think I charged them, which I think was a dumb mistake, but I just felt really bad about it. So I think I redid most of those websites for free. No, I get paid on hosting, obviously, so it wasn't like I wasn't making anything on it. But what happened is out of that, a lot of people were wanting to get more customization now. They go, well, this site is cool. Can I have something like this? Or this site is awesome, and he has e-commerce. Can I do something like that? And I'm like, yeah, you can. I don't know if I can do it, but maybe I can find somebody who can. And eventually I did find some people, and I was able to actually, I can't believe I was not pointing my eyes into the camera. I just noticed that. But anyways, I was basically going, well, I don't know what else to do, so I started working for somebody else again because, when you're self-employed, you don't have a lot of money coming in, and because of the fact that I didn't charge any money, I wasn't making anything, and I had to go back and get something. So I found something in the paper. It was for telemarketing, and again, I had a lot of experience with that, being independent contractor for that many years at that time. And I said, sure, let's do it. And worked for a telemarketing company. They worked with business to business, so it was pretty easy. They used not an ACT database. They used something else. Can't remember what it was at that time. Just escapes me. But anyways, so they had everything filled out, the form. You could basically, they had a predictive dialer, so you just waited until somebody answered the phone and started talking to them. And it was good. There were some projects I didn't like, like selling coins and selling those other things. I didn't really like it, but I did okay with them. And it was a great experience. And I eventually got really good, and they said, you want to become a assistant manager? And I went, yeah, why not? So I became assistant manager, and I started working with them on that. And it wasn't, long before basically, I looked at their other business, because their other business was actually in the trade and barter world. And I really liked that idea, because what I found out about it was that, a business has so much capacity that they can do, especially like restaurants. A restaurant can be only filled up 100% on certain days. They're not filled up every single day, unless you're a very popular restaurant, right? So your hours of operation, you're not always have those many people. So what we did, and this is through an organization, an organized barter organization, we said, look, Mr. Customer, here's what we can do for you. We can take your unused inventory, or basically in a restaurant's case, your unused tables, and be able to sell them not at cash but as trade. And they're like, what do you mean? And we're like, you can take, let's say, 40% of your income that you normally would spend in advertising, or in going out to eat, or in going out with your wife or friends or family or employees, and use that money, which is trade dollars, to be able to do that instead of your real dollars. The only thing you'd have to do is offer to our clients, and anybody that wants it, that has a membership with us, to be able to offer this at trade dollars instead of cash dollars. And a lot of people went for it. They were like, well, that's no-brainer, but then can I have it specifically for a certain day? And we're like, yeah, you can, but the problem with that is then you may not get as much business with that. Now, we made money, of course, on every transaction. So when it came in and when it came out, it's where we made money. And I was really excited about it, because I'm looking at his volume, and he was doing a lot of volume. And I'm like, wow, can I get a portion of that? I mean, I wasn't greedy, but I'm like, this is cool, this is different, this is unique. So I kind of quit the telemarketing, and I said, let me work with you, and I started with him. And that was an experience in itself, and I'll save that for the next video. So stay tuned. Have a great day. God bless. Bye-bye.